Titans number 28, Dan Abnett writing, Clayton Henry on the art. This is a tie-in to the Drowned Earth. It's more prelude stuff where Tempest shows up to the Titans and is like, hey, all this stuff's happening, the water's turning people into lizard monsters, let's go and take the fight to the ships that are in the sky.
Like pirates,
because Beast Boy's really excited that they feel like pirates. I will say, I actually enjoyed this book. I enjoyed that Donna was narrating. I feel like she feels like the leader right now. She feels like the mature character, which makes a lot of sense. I will criticize some of the art a little bit. I think the faces, Donna especially, the weird skinny expressions that the artist was giving Donna Troy in this one.
Do you know what?
Wow.
I just opened it up to have a look because I intended to read this because it was a tie-in, but obviously I'm like 3 issues behind, and I would have caught up, but I was catching up on the more important books. And I thought, oh, I'll open it up and see. Very first panel, I see exactly what you're on about.
Look at her
it's
face.
That gaunt look.
Yeah, and she has that a few times in the book, and it was kind of distracting because it felt like I mean, Donna can be a bit moody, right? It's kind of part of Donna's character, but it doesn't feel like that type of attitude to me that what the artist is giving her there with that. But
yeah, it's that gaunt frown.
Yeah, but but the art isn't bad overall though. It's just some of the faces have these kind of weirder, sort of skinnier expressions that feel a bit weird to me. But no, I like Donna being kind of on board. We find out that Donna's not told the rest of the team yet about Roy. Only she knows about it so far. And obviously, I actually really laughed out loud because at one point Garth's on board and he's telling everyone, we need to do this, we need to do this. Where's Dick? Where's Nightwing? We need to go and fight. And then Donna takes him to a side, and we could be focusing on like Beast Boy and someone, maybe Miss Martian, and talking. And Miss Martian's like, he's a really angry dude. You know, he's a bit of an asshole. And we just at one point, one of the pals in the background, we just see Garth go, "Shot!" And it really made me laugh because it was almost like us finding out Dick was getting shot. It was just like out of nowhere, and it just really made me laugh.
Yeah.
He's like, he got shot! What? What's happening? So Miss Martian gets called away by Batman. And we're going to see what happened to her in Drowned Earth, issue 1. It mentions that at the end. Because she comes back by the end. But so they actually make the stupid choice to go up and try and fight on the ship. And they're doing quite well. They're fighting on the ship until one of the actual, aqua gods from, that we got introduced to shows up and basically just starts tearing through them because they're more powerful than Superman, as they point out. And yeah, and as they point out as well, our biggest gun, which is Miss Martian, isn't here. We're doing this on our own and getting our asses kicked. But there was a lot of fun banter about being pirates and whatnot. And like I say, I like Donna being the one who was narrating and trying to be the leader. And Garth even like giving her advice, said, "Hey, like be the backbone of the team. Like you need to kind of step up here and be that person for the group." I like that stuff. It's very much a tie-in though. It's definitely a tie-in. Like when this is in a trade, it should be in the Drowned Earth trade.
Drowned Earth.
Yeah. With that stuff.
Yeah, and they end up marooned somewhere in the multiverse because of the jump.
Yeah, they do the boom tubing thing, and they end up. It's like there's not enough time to calibrate it, and she's like, "Well, anywhere's better than here because we're about to die." So she just kind of jumps them somewhere.
Yeah.
That'll do.
So we get a maroon plot, which can be fun. That'll be like a fun little sci-fi plot, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it takes the focus off of Dick not being there to lead his team that they set up to be Dick's team.
Yeah, I do like, as much as I hate what's happened to Dick, I do kind of like how the book's kind of tackling it and like, okay, now he's gone, we have to deal with that, and Donna has to deal with that, and I know Kyle's eventually coming in, and we'll see how that plays.
It just feels like such a last-minute decision, right? It's like, hey, we're giving you this book, Dick's building the team, but we're actually going to get rid of him after like 4 issues.
Yeah, and we're gonna do some really cool stuff with him and Miss Martian. Now they don't understand each other, but then they come to this agreement.
Yeah.
And then now we're going to take him away. So, it's frustrating.
Yeah. But I think it's handling it well enough with Donna and Miss Martian and them kind of try to step up and be the leaders. And
it's not the fault of this book.
Oh, absolutely
not.
No,
I'm not blaming.
No, it's not Abnett. It's definitely editorial. But a positive to come out of that is at least as a leader, Dick knows he knows how to handle himself. So while he was giving Miss Martian attitude, he was measured. Whereas Donna is just pissed off at the world right now.
Oh, she's flying off the handle, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's stories to tell there.
Donna, though, don't
yeah, there's arcs to have here with them.
Yeah,
sort of learning to be a team.
So yeah, there's potential there, Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. So I think this book's actually surviving through this weird editorial stuff from the other books fairly well for what it's doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had the one issue dealing with the actual shot and the last time, and then you've got this one that's a tie-in. So it's not until next issue where we really get back to just Titan stories. And even then, they're only in this new Maroon situation because of the tie-in, but that could be a fun little... like if Abdet's smart, I think he would use that as like, okay, they're kind of on their own and just try to survive. It should almost be a bottle issue where they're just like they're having to figure things out and talk to each other. That'd be my expectation. Sure.
Like kind of like Serenity out of gas.
Kind of, yeah, like
without an origin, you know.
I'm just thinking like I'm sure there'll probably be a monster that shows up by the end so they can fight something, but it doesn't need that. I think.
Well, that almost makes you think that's how Kyle gets involved.
Oh, right? Maybe. Yeah, maybe they're marooned somewhere and Kyle comes and bails them out and it becomes a thing. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Like, some art quabbles with the faces.
Yeah, mostly with Beast Boy. The whole point, I like Beastly Beast Boy.
Yeah.
And when he's hanging out with the team, he's in regular Garth mode. Or Gar mode, not Garth. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's annoying having a Gar and a Garth both there at the same time. It's just asking for trouble. Alright, Matt, what are you giving it?
It's a 7.5. It's decent. I'm not enjoying Drowned Earth that much, but they made the most of it here.
I'll agree with 7.5 for Titans. Clunky art faces kind of maybe pulling it down a little bit for me. Has that tie-in feel, but at least this felt like it was kind of like Aquaman as well, where Aquaman also equally felt like, okay, how is this affecting this part of the world? And given that Atlantis and Aquaman and Mera are going to be related to the water and what's going on in the water, it felt like a really natural thing to say, okay, how are they handling this? What's going on here? So it makes sense to me.
No, I mean, so far out of these issues, this one's probably the most tight as a story, you know? Because it feels tight into Titans more so than Aquaman did to Aquaman. Like, that was just straight up Drowned Earth stuff. This at least continued some of the character stuff with Donna and Miss Martian.
But even that had some good stuff, though, because I liked in the Aquaman issue how it was like how Batman and how he appreciates Mera and how he sees Mera as a member of the Justice League. That's
I wonder if you guys will be into Drowned Earth a bit more when it starts proper instead of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Lead up.
Well, I think I like it more than Matt. I think. I mean, Matt's a bit more done than I am. I enjoyed the Justice League issue well enough, and I like the flooding the cities stuff and all that. I can live with that.